The boardroom of Global Scale Inc. hums with energy as the Chief AI Ethics Officer, Sarah, activates the holographic display of Microsoft's 6 responsible AI principles. Executives from global departments sit in silence, observing the luminous pillars: fairness, reliability, privacy, inclusiveness, transparency, and accountability. Sarah gestures to the projection, noting that these are not merely abstract ideals but the hard operational constraints required for the next phase of enterprise growth. She explains that in an era of autonomous decision making, the company's reputation rests entirely on the integrity of its code. The executive team realizes that ignoring these principles invites systemic risk, while adopting them transforms the AI into a trusted corporate partner. Sarah emphasizes that these guidelines serve as the fundamental defensive moat, protecting the firm from catastrophic legal failures and ensuring that every automated process remains perfectly aligned with human-centric values. This is the moment where global scale pivots from wild, unmanaged automation to disciplined, principled innovation. The board chair nods, signaling the formal adoption of these pillars as mandatory requirements for every single engineering project across the international network, marking a definitive shift in the organization's digital strategy and long-term ethical commitment. Below the executive floor, the software engineering department is in a state of high-intensity preparation, integrating these 6 principles into the very foundation of their CI/CD pipelines. Lead architect David stands before his team, displaying the new governance gates that every AI model must pass before deployment. He explains that these automated checks scan for bias, verify security protocols, and enforce transparency logging in real time. The developers work diligently, ensuring that accountability protocols are embedded into every layer of the tech stack. David observes the progress with pride, knowing that this infrastructure overhaul prevents the team from ever building a black box again. By codifying these principles, they are making it impossible to push unvetted code to production, effectively automating ethics at scale. This shift requires a deep cultural change, where speed is no longer the only metric. Instead, safety and governance are prioritized as the primary indicators of quality. The team realizes that by embedding governance at the start, they are not slowing down development, but rather preventing the costly, time-consuming reworks that plagued their previous, less disciplined development cycles. In the Data Operations Hub, the global strategy team maps how these 6 principles apply to information management across European, Asian, and North American regions. They recognize that privacy and security are the bedrock upon which the other 4 principles stand. Without a hardened data perimeter, fairness and reliability are effectively impossible to maintain in a globalized cloud tenant. The team drafts policies to ensure that every byte of ingested data is tagged, lineage mapped, and encrypted according to strict regional sovereignty laws. This rigorous approach ensures that global scale's AI systems are not just compliant but genuinely ethical. They discuss the importance of inclusiveness, ensuring the training sets for their models do not exclude the unique linguistic or cultural nuances of their diverse international customer base. By intentionally designing for global variety, they prevent the homogenization of their digital tools. This commitment to principle-based engineering ensures that their AI remains universally useful and legally unassailable, providing a robust foundation for future expansions across complex, multi-jurisdictional legal environments that demand absolute precision and respect for local digital rights. Auditors walk through the facility, conducting a deep dive review of global scale's compliance with the Microsoft standards. They examine the documentation for fairness testing and verify that every production model has a transparent, explainable logic trail available for regulatory inspection. Sarah guides them through the audit, showing how every automated decision can be linked back to its underlying logic and data sources. The auditors are impressed by the rigor, noting that the enterprise has successfully transitioned from fragmented, ad hoc safety checks to a unified, repeatable governance process. Sarah emphasizes that accountability is the cornerstone of this process, with human overseers holding the final veto power on all high-impact AI decisions. This transparency provides the board with the assurance they need to continue investing in autonomous technologies. The audit concludes successfully, validating the company's commitment to principled innovation and setting a high benchmark for the industry. The successful completion of this audit reinforces the culture of responsibility, demonstrating that when a corporation takes governance seriously, it gains the trust of its investors, its regulators, and most importantly, its global customers. The marketing and communications team meets to align the company's public messaging with its new internal AI governance standards. They realize that transparency is not just an engineering requirement, it is a competitive advantage in a world suspicious of opaque algorithms. By proactively communicating their commitment to responsible AI, they can differentiate global scale from competitors that still rely on unchecked experimental models. The team develops a transparency portal where users can learn about the company's ethics standards and see evidence of their dedication to fairness and safety. This builds a deeper, more enduring relationship with customers who value the company's candor and caution. Sarah attends the meeting to ensure the messaging is technically accurate, emphasizing that honesty about AI's limitations is just as important as highlighting its capabilities. This initiative turns ethics into a brand asset, demonstrating that responsible AI is not a limitation on innovation, but a catalyst for deeper market penetration and long-term sustainable consumer loyalty in an increasingly skeptical digital landscape. The final scene takes place in the future, looking back at how these 6 principles have shaped the evolution of global scale into a leader of principled technology. The company's success demonstrates that investing in governance is the most effective way to ensure longevity in a volatile technical landscape. As new AI threats emerge, the company's robust principle-based architecture allows it to adapt and respond with agility rather than panic. By prioritizing fairness, transparency, and accountability, they have built an organization that is resilient, respected, and highly effective. The long-term impact of this governance framework is visible in the company's low turnover, strong stock performance, and clean regulatory record. The team acknowledges that they have created a model for what a responsible technology enterprise should look like. This vision provides the blueprint for the next decade of growth, proving that ethical leadership is not just the right path, but the most profitable and secure way for any large-scale enterprise to navigate the complexities of the emerging autonomous era.